Thank you for joining us today. I'm Catherine Mason, and this is Attention Central Texas. We have as our guests today two very special people who have come to bring you some information about an event that's going to be going on in Killeen that I think is important. We have Dr. Daniel Habersham. Thank you, Doctor, for being with us. And we have Dr. Shirley Hill. Thank you for being with us. And Dr. Habersham, you drove down this morning from Dallas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we thank you for coming. I want you to tell us why you drove down this morning, not just for this. What is it you want to tell us this morning?
Well, I am so excited about being here because we are involved with this Haiti crusade. I wanted to really let the people know that our pastor, Dr. Hunt, who's our bishop, had this vision, and God has touched his heart and has touched all of our hearts for the need that is over in Haiti. And so we decided that we would come down here to Fort Hood. This is where I was at in the military about 30 years ago, and I got my learning and I got my, you might say I came to the Lord really here. And I just thank God for it, for being here.
And this is for, the theme of it is when a nation cries out, who will answer? Is that the theme?
It is a sub-theme.
The
sub-theme. The actual theme or title would be Hope for Haiti.
Okay, well,
Yes.
Hope for Haiti.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is it that you want to do for Haiti? What is it, what are you going to be doing to help them down there?
Well, we, back at the beginning of the year, just before the earthquake in Haiti, our apostle, Dr. Lord Michael Hunt, he was in Florida ministering, and he met a pastor there from Haiti, and his name was Alan Laguerre. And they spent time together, and the Lord just kind of knit them together. And Dr. Hunt told them at that time that there was going to be a voice that was going to come out of Haiti, and it was going to speak to the world. Well, of course, none of us knew the upcoming earthquake. Mm-hmm. And when Pastor Allen went home, it was shortly after that, just a few weeks later, that the earthquake occurred. And it was amazing because he was leaving home. He had business in Port-au-Prince. And he left home to go to Port-au-Prince. And he had relatives there. And when he left to go to Port-au-Prince, he said the voice of the Lord spoke to him and told him to go back home. And when he went back home, the earthquake occurred. And everyone that was in the building where he was going was killed. They died. And so he would have been there in that building at that particular time. And he remembered that Dr. Hunt had told him that there was going to be a voice that came out of Haiti to speak to the world. And of course it went worldwide, what happened in Haiti and the responses. Pastor Laguerre founded a orphanage and a school in Marmalade, Haiti. The amazing thing is that the children and the people in Marmalade, they didn't even know what had happened in Port-au-Prince because they have no radios, television, internet. The school there, it's a one room. We would call it a shack. Mm-hmm. And they have 7 classes in that one room, all ages from kindergarten up through high school. And those children, they're amazing. They learn 3 languages in that one room. They have no blackboards. They have all of the amenities that our children have at school. They have none of those things. And there are 200 children in the orphanage, and they go to school there. Those children, all of that and all of those difficulties captured the heart of Dr. Hunt. And he came home. And another amazing thing is that for a year, he had us reading the 41st Psalms. Blessed is he that considers the poor. The Lord will deliver him in times of trouble. The Lord will preserve him, keep him alive, and he shall be blessed in the earth. And God will not deliver him to the will of his enemy, and so forth and so on. Well, we had been reading that chapter for an entire year. Actually, we read it so until we knew it by heart. And when this happened, Dr. Hunt said, we have to respond to Haiti. And so we went last year in April. Yeah, it was last year in April. We went down to Haiti. And it was a fact-finding mission. And we met wonderful people. I didn't see anyone complaining. They were industrious. They were up at daybreak walking to go to wherever it was that they had their little plot of land where they sold whatever they sold. No running water, no bathroom facilities, no electricity. The children had no toys, no toys. And then there were children, when we went to the school, there were children that were standing outside looking through the window. Well, we just thought that you never think of it. We had not realized that these were children that wanted to go to school, could not because they didn't have sponsors. And so they stood outside the windows looking in, trying to learn what the other children were learning. And it's only $10 a month to sponsor a child. And so those were the things that Dr. Hunt, when we came back, he said, these are the things that we will address.